Hi everyone, it's Laurel O'Sullivan, your astro advocate, and I'm here to talk to you about the new moon solar eclipse in Gemini on June 10th. That's happening at 20 degrees of Gemini at 6:53 a.m. Central Standard Time. And what this eclipse is about, it's about that old adage, the truth will set you free. And the question is, how have you been going about ascertaining the truth in your life? Because this is a reset. This solar eclipse, remember, solar eclipse, new moon solar eclipse are about karmic fated events happening in our life. And it all depends on your chart, of course, and if you have any planets at around 20 degrees of Gemini in particular, that's going to pack an extra punch for you. Or if you are a Gemini, sun, moon, or rising, you're going to likely feel this energy. But for all of us, I truly believe that this is the most powerful eclipse of the year because it's asking us to find the truth and to use that as the North Star in our life. And there's three things that are adding extra punch to this particular solar eclipse. And I'm going to share those with you, and then I'm going to go through in the second half of the video and share how each particular sign is being impacted. So this might be a little bit longer than usual, but solar, the sun, this is about our, often about our career, our identity, our fundamental sense of identity. Sometimes it can involve male or father figures in our life because it is the sun, but also our career. And when we have an eclipse, it's the north node, a new moon eclipse is the north node, the moon and the sun all lining up in one sign, in this case Gemini. But we also have Mercury together with the moon and the sun in the sign of Gemini. And this is really rare. And because Mercury is the ruler of Gemini, that's what makes it rare. So it's asking us, and Mercury is retrograde. So you can see these layers of uniqueness. There's always a flavor to every eclipse that we have and to every new moon and full moon. And this one is particularly unique because of that. And Mercury being retrograde, this is a second chance for new beginnings. Because when a planet goes retrograde, we're being given the opportunity to revisit, re-examine how we communicate. And it's a retrograde start for a new beginning. And new information is coming in, and we're being asked to reassess what the truth is. So that's one aspect that makes this solar eclipse particularly unique. And then we have the south node. So the north node is the direction we're all collectively and individually in our lives being asked to turn in. And eclipse energies typically last 18 months as the season. So we will have another eclipse in the sign of Gemini in December. Actually, that's not true. We'll have one in Sagittarius in December. So we are all being asked this question about what is the truth. So we have the north node asking us that. And then the south node is in the sign of Sagittarius. The south node is what we want to release. And so when the south node is in Sagittarius, this can sometimes evoke a crisis of faith, asking us, who do you trust? What do you trust? Having a clear idea of the future right now can be difficult because of some more information that I'm going to share. But this is about releasing old belief systems, things that we either were indoctrinated through society, through culture, or even through our families and our parents, things that have been instilled at us and for potentially generation. And we're being asked to question everything. And of course, we've been seeing this play out in our world. But there's a new opportunity here to open up to new beliefs, to listen to the opinions of others, to find new information sources. It's about becoming more open and impartial. So Gemini is the energy of the mind. There's a new construction, a new paradigm we're being asked to create in our mind. Sagittarius is our beliefs, Gemini is the mind. We're being asked to let go of beliefs, to create openings so that we can construct a new understanding of what it means to know the truth in our life. The other thing that's interesting about this eclipse is that there's something we're revisiting from last June. Venus was retrograde in Gemini for about 2 months last year, and it was also retrograde at the time of the eclipse on June 5th. So there's a new beginning. There's something about how we love ourselves and value ourselves that we're being asked to revisit, because Venus was retrograde then, it's not now. So again, another opportunity for a new beginning. And this Mercury is coming back to us with new information. So the second aspect around this eclipse that makes it particularly unique and interesting is that there's a square happening between Neptune and the North Node. And Neptune is associated with things like divine love, higher inspiration, beauty, the truth, the ultimate truth. But it also is associated with confusion and illusion, and it's like fog. Neptune rules the water. So we are being asked to train our minds in a new way, because again, Gemini is the energy of the mind, to focus on the powers of concentration and observation and to be open to new ideas, but letting go of pressure, letting go of needing to know the right answer or know the right way, and to allow this higher inspiration to come through. And this could take a month or so. So remember, with eclipses, we feel the energy a week before, and we can feel it, some say, for I typically think for a year to a year and a half afterwards, but we can also feel the energy coming in up to a month before. So there's a new level of mastery we're being asked to develop here by surrendering and opening up and trusting to that divine source, that higher inspiration, whatever it is that you believe in, and to let go of the details. Okay. And then the third and final intensity that's being added to the energy surrounding this eclipse is that on June 14th, 4 days later, we have the second square of the year between Uranus and Saturn, and that is the primary energy pattern this year. Uranus is about our personal freedom. It can be impulse seeking, sometimes it can be reactive, because it wants us to become a truer version of ourselves. And Saturn represents the past, restrictions from society that can make us feel hemmed in. And Saturn has a loss of control. So it has this tightening grip, and Uranus wants to break free. So we might feel some intense desire. And right now, at the time of this eclipse, Uranus is stronger because Saturn is retrograde. Saturn has slowed down. So that makes that Uranian energy to wanting to break free from what we've been trained to believe in. And so we will probably find, when we reflect, that we have been attracting new experiences into our life that are challenging us as to what we believe, as to what is the truth in our life. And again, for each one of us, it depends upon where Gemini is in our chart. But there's a belief system that we've been convinced about that we were absolutely certain is true. And what we're finding right now is that maybe that certainty, a lot of it was conditioning, a lot of it was inherited, a lot of it was based on the past or past circumstances, and we feel something shifting. So this eclipse is about how do we have healthy communication. Gemini can be restless energy, it's curious energy. We might feel a quickening and a speeding up of things because Gemini likes to move fast. And so we have this pull between the past and the future. And Saturn wants us to grow. It wants us to grow up with more dignity. So while it's retrograde, which it will be through October, we're being given this opportunity to revisit where Saturn is in our chart, and that's in the sign of Aquarius. That's a different video. But there's this push and pull between that future and that freedom and the past. Ultimately, however, just remember that this is asking us to become ultimately a truer version of ourselves in how we communicate with others. So those are the three energy patterns that are surrounding this eclipse, that are giving us the support and the challenges to think about how we communicate. How do we communicate in a healthy way? What do we communicate? What is the truth? How do we objectively understand the truth? And most importantly, how can we train our minds to take in the truth, to observe things in a different way? Those are all the opportunities, invitations that we're getting with this new moon solar eclipse, which is why it's so intense. So now I want to go through the signs and share for you how each sign is being impacted. For Aries, this solar eclipse, this reset, this new beginning for how we understand the truth and how we communicate is happening in our third house, which is the third house of communications, and Gemini rules this. So this is about the deconstruction, as I've been saying. Everything I said at the beginning applies here. The deconstruction of our beliefs and what can we expect from the future. It's about being open to new ways of thinking and understanding. So you could find entirely new work projects coming your way, or new people to work with. The third house is also working in small groups. So opportunities for new projects, new speaking, new collaboration. And remember, sometimes with eclipses, these things come in suddenly or unexpectedly, or they might come in through what appears to be a crisis, but there's actually an opportunity underneath it. So there could be new associates, new people for you to work with coming in, new local opportunities. The third house has to do with local travel, new clients. And it might be because there has been a missing piece of information about how you've understood something and your beliefs, and you're breaking away from that. And as you're breaking away from that, new opportunities are coming to you. Taurus, this is happening in your second house, which is the house of our things that we value, our resources, our money, how we spend our money. So you're being asked to reduce reliance on external sources, whether that's a partner, a person, or an institution. And the ultimate goal, Taurus, for you with this new moon solar eclipse is about teaching you independence. And it may come in the form of a financial opportunity. Or there might be something about the way you've been receiving financial opportunities that needs to change. You need to instigate something to become more materially independent, and there's a new door, a new opportunity. The second house also rules food and our diet and our and how we support our physical health. So there could be something that's changing for you, Taurus, as well, around how you basically sustain yourself with food. Gemini, of course, this is all about you. This is in your first house. This is empowering you in your image. You can find yourself in the spotlight. And again, this might come through some kind of a crisis or a sudden, unexpected opportunity. But it's ultimately for you, Gemini, about taking control of your life and really firmly standing in your independence, because the South Node is in your seventh house of partnership. So it might be about releasing or liberating yourself from overdependence on another. Or maybe you've idealized another or a partnership, or you have an outdated perception or understanding or belief about that partnership that's being asked to change. If your sun is in the first house or is in Gemini, this could be about a new career opportunity coming through. It could be about changing your image, your body, a new big chapter in your life, Gemini. This is really huge for you. Cancer, this is happening in the 12th house. So this is happening at sort of a subconscious level. It may be perceptible to you, but might not necessarily be perceptible to others. It's about releasing control of trying to fix everything, because the South Node is in the 6th house for you, which is where we try to use our rational mind to fix things. So it's allowing yourself to go more with the flow and not planning. There could be, as I said, a big shift in your consciousness on a deep level. The 12th house also is associated with foreign countries. Potentially a new opportunity could be coming through for a foreign country, but it's basically about focusing on relaxing and nurturing yourself and escaping reality a bit so that you can have some greater insight about these self-sabotaging behaviors that may have been preventing you from having a bigger breakthrough this year. So it's a psychological rewiring that's going on for Cancer. For Leo, this is in your 11th house of networks and friends. There could be some kind of a sudden crisis or change within your friend or social network that could ultimately bring you closer to your career goals, because the 11th house is our long-term goals and our hopes. You might be finding new benefactors, new friends, new followers, new clients, and it's really letting go of old ways of expressing yourself within this network as well. It's also, the South Node is in the 5th house of your creative self-expression. So letting go potentially of some creative projects so that new ones can come in. And there could be a crisis of confidence in terms of your own beliefs about your own ideas. But there's going to be some new opportunity coming in that will allow you to rework those and to ultimately achieve some kind of breakthrough. Virgo, this is happening in your career house, the 10th house. There could be some fated new career project or a new ambition or opportunity that comes through. Mercury is your ruling sign and it's retrograde, so it might be a return of another old project. You could be stepping up in your authority, becoming a boss. It also could be that in your personal life, because the South Node is in the 4th house, you're releasing responsibilities in terms of your understanding or beliefs about the kind of parent you should be or how you operate in your home life. There could be something you're letting go from your family, your family beliefs that you've inherited. It could be about shifting your relationship with your boss or another authority figure. So that's what's happening for Virgo. And for Libra, this is in your ninth house, this new opportunity to understand what is the truth. You could be initiating new opportunities to teach. The ninth house rules teaching. And it could involve foreigners or foreign travel, since the ninth house also involves that. It could involve a university. There's higher learning associated with the ninth house. But most importantly, you're going to be having a clearer vision of your future and what you know to be true about that future and what is important to you. So this is going to feel like very, I think, lovely and settling energy for Libras. Scorpio, this is in the 8th house, which is ruled by Scorpio. So in some sense, this is going to make you even more scorpionic, because Scorpios have this ability to see below and to be sometimes what some might say a little bit suspicious. But the 8th house also rules collaboration. So while you might find yourself heightening awareness of how you've been suspicious of others, of how maybe you've had some trust issues, there's an opportunity here to let go of that, to understand on an objective level where maybe some of those that mistrust comes from. And there's opportunity to open up and collaborate with others, to stop basically trying to do everything alone. You also might receive support from the resources of another, whether that's a partner or clients. This is money we receive from others. Your partner might have a breakthrough, but this is also a deeply psychological house. So there could be some big psychological breakthroughs for you, Scorpio, and potentially how you have tried to do everything alone, and how you are now ready to open yourself up to seeing things in a new light and to understanding the importance and the power of collaboration. Sagittarius, this is your 7th house. And as I said at the beginning, this could be a crisis of faith for you. Over the last year, you've been learning to sort of be a little more humble. There could be somebody new in your life that appears, or there could be a new understanding about the truth of your partnership, about how you've engaged in partnerships. But there also could be a new opportunity coming through to test this new understanding of your role in partnerships and how you rely upon another and ask for help, so that there could be a fated agreement or contract or opportunity that comes to you now, Sagittarius. Capricorn, this is your 6th house, the house of work and health and routine. So there could be potentially a new job that comes through, a new work project, but you could also be developing a new health routine. This is about coming into balance in our life. So there could be some new opportunities for you, Capricorn, to come into greater balance with your health and to address potentially a long-standing issue in your health that has been eluding you. Aquarius, this is your 5th house of creativity and self-expression. So this is about a new identity, a new level of confidence coming forward, your desire to shine your light, to be on center stage, to share your ideas. It could also be a new romantic interest, reviving an old creative talent. This has to do with children. So there could be something with your children that is coming forward that is allowing you to feel like there's a new beginning or a new opportunity. And this is the money we earn through our own intelligence. So if you are an entrepreneur, have a business, or maybe you have a business idea that's coming through here, and you become really focused on that. So Pisces, your 4th house of home and family is getting activated. And this, for you, has been a year of letting go of some things around the career and focusing more on the home. So this foundational, it's also our emotional security and the foundation of that. That's what you're being asked to focus on, that and your loved ones. So there's could be something gainful that you're feeling that comes to you. The 4th house is also associated with the mother. There could be changes in the life of your mother. But overall, this is happening more on an emotional level likely for you, Pisces, so it may not be so visible, but I think in general this is creating a really nice, strong sense of clarity about what you need in your life, Pisces, to feel that emotional security. So I hope that this has been helpful. This is a really big game changer, as I said, the biggest, most powerful eclipse and opportunity, so please do set your intention for this eclipse so that you can have clarity as we move into the energy over the next many months. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and if you're interested in receiving bi-monthly updates from me, you can click on a link below and sign up for my newsletter. Thanks, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.